can't believe how much my teeth have moved since I got my braces put on. Today marks an important milestone. It's been 6 months. I'm going to do a deep dive and show you exactly how my teeth have been moving in this time. And I also got a new scan done, so I'll be able to compare it with the scan I had before I got my braces on. And to assist me in this exercise, I got some cheek expanders. The only trouble is, whenever I put them in, I can't stop laughing. So let's see how we go.
So no update would be complete without me going back to show you what the before photos looked like. This is what my teeth looked like before I got my braces. You can see my lateral incisors. That's the two on the left and the right of my front teeth. They're really small and they're actually hiding behind my front teeth. My canine teeth also look like they're protruding, especially this one here. And you can see here, I have an overbite. You can see my front teeth midline is definitely off center. My two teeth seem to be leaning over to the side, and my top teeth midline definitely doesn't line up with my bottom teeth midline. Before you start your orthodontic treatment, your orthodontist is going to require a scan of your teeth. I had actually had a root canal done on this tooth here, but unfortunately I managed to snap it in half before the protective crown was put on. So this tooth had to be removed before I started my orthodontic treatment. The tooth that was in this gap, I had to get removed because I snapped that one in half when I was on holiday in Egypt. That's a story for another day, but I'm also hoping to close this gap with the braces instead of getting an implant. And these two teeth here are going to get pulled forward to help close the gap that was left by that extraction. I lost this tooth 20 years ago. It was also due to a snapped root canal, and when it broke in half and I got it extracted, I didn't get it replaced with an implant. That was a mistake. I should have done it, but you live and learn. Because I didn't get the gap filled with an implant, this tooth at the back is slowly tipping into the gap. It's still a viable tooth though. It still connects with the two teeth above it. This little blob here is actually a wisdom tooth lying horizontally in my jaw, so I'm eventually going to have to get this wisdom tooth taken out. While we're on the subject matter of wisdom teeth, here's another one which is hiding deep inside my bone, but it's not causing me any trouble whatsoever, so I am just going to leave this little guy sitting where it is. At the start of your orthodontic treatment, your orthodontist will take a series of photographs, and these become your before photos. And these are mine. I hate them. They are horrible. Somehow they just look 100 times worse when you see them like this. This photo here is of my upper jaw, and you can clearly see how misaligned my teeth are. They're all higgledy-piggledy. This tooth here is the one that I had the root canal in, and unfortunately I managed to snap it in half. So this tooth was going to get extracted before my braces got put on. The image on the right is of my upper jaw the day that I got my braces put on, and here you can see how the arch wire is clearly bent right out of shape as it's trying to follow the outline of my teeth. The two pink blobs are the bite turbos. Now I need the bite turbos because I have that overbite, and they're stopping me biting the bottom brackets with my front teeth. And this is me after only 6 months. You can see the arch wire has completely transformed. It's almost a completely perfect arch. It's not quite 100% there yet, but golly, it's such a difference from where I started. My lateral incisors have come down and forward. Now that they've actually done that, my canine teeth don't seem to be as protruding as they were before. That metal blob across the midline, that's actually the center part of the arch wire. Those little bits of wire that you can see, those are the wire ligatures that have been put around my teeth to give a much better grip to help move the teeth along the arch wire. At the time of recording this footage, I had 8 wire ligatures across the teeth on the bottom jaw, and I had 6 wire ligatures added to the teeth on the top jaw. The teeth in my bottom jaw are still pretty crowded, and that's quite understandable really because there's not a lot of space to move them around, but there's definitely been some improvement here. One thing I did notice though is I have developed this weird hump on my bottom teeth. I don't know how else to describe it, but my bottom teeth were perfectly flat, but now they've got this big lump in the middle. I do hope that gets sorted out because I do not like what they look like right now. As for the midline, it's still a bit skew, but I'm not too worried about that because I have every confidence that this is going to get sorted out. And as you can see, the top midline and the bottom midline are still not aligning. You can also see that hump. I don't like that hump. I've still got a long way to go with this treatment, so there's plenty time yet for this to get rectified. I am still having issues with the overbite. Even though I've got the bite turbos in, I can actually connect with some of those brackets on the bottom there, and I do hope that I'm not doing myself any damage on the backs of my front teeth. Once all the straightening's happened, I imagine there's going to be some flattening that's going to happen as well, because those two front teeth definitely are not the right shape at the bottom there. So at the 6-month mark, I had a second scan done. You can see the wire running across my teeth there, and here you can see the gap left when that tooth was extracted. And it's a pretty big gap. It's going to take quite some time for the teeth to actually move into position and close that gap. Here you can clearly see that the braces are doing their job. This gap is definitely starting to close. Let's do a quick comparison with the gap when I had that first scan done. That gap was quite a bit bigger. So my braces are slowly pulling those back teeth forward. So those of you who are paying attention might have already noticed that the wire on the bottom jaw doesn't actually span all the way across to that back tooth. And that's because it was around the time of my last braces adjustment appointment, and I got a little bit of inflammation around that tooth, and it started to hurt under my jaw. And when I raised this to the orthodontist, she decided that it would probably be best if we took the bracket off that back tooth. And so now the wire ends just before that gap. And this is causing me a little bit of problems because that little wire does tend to get pokey. And so I am using an awful lot of orthodontic wax to plop on the end of that wire and protect my cheek from getting stabbed.
I still have a long way to go, but I am so incredibly happy with the results so far.
After my 6-month anniversary, I decided to do something to celebrate. So I went down the road to a local diner and I ordered a burger. I hadn't had a burger in 6 months. And because I was able to chew in some way, shape or form now, I decided that this was the thing I was going to do to celebrate my 6-month braces anniversary. I've been eating food that's pretty bland, things that are soft and easy to chew. So burgers and chips haven't been on my menu, but just to experience eating a burger, it got me all a little teary. And it sounds completely silly. I felt a little emotional just eating a burger. It's the simple things in life that are sometimes the most enjoyable. And believe me when I tell you, it was delicious and it was definitely a simple pleasure. But oh boy, it was such a good one.